means that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Oh, shocking.
Oh my God.
In Indonesia, you cannot have dual citizenship, and I get a pension from Australia. And if I become an Indonesian citizen, then I'll lose my pension. And that's not good.
Oh no, that is not good. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of BP English Podcast. In this episode, we have a special guest with us today. May you please introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Theo Lanzakis, but you can call me Theo. And I'm from Australia.
He's from Australia.
And born in Greece.
Oh my God, he's born in Greece and lives in Australia. That's amazing. We have 3 hosts for today's episode. I am Fanda.
Darrell.
And we will be the host for today's BP English episode of podcast.
So grab a cup of coffee and snacks. Enjoy your podcast.
So I think we should immediately get started with one of the questions. Who would like to ask Mr. Theo the first question?
Me.
Oh,
Okay.
please, our friend, please.
I would like to ask you something. Do you plan on becoming an Indonesian citizen?
I would like to very much, but it is difficult for me because in Indonesia you cannot have dual citizenship, and I get a pension from Australia. And if I become an Indonesian citizen, then I'll lose my pension. And that's not good.
Oh no, that is not good. That's not good.
Previously,
But I'm a resident.
You are a resident, yes. Do you plan on staying?
Oh yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
so what is your first impression of Indonesia, like the culture, food, social life, let's say?
The first impression
Yes.
was in Bali,
Bali.
and the first impression is everybody's very friendly.
Yes, we are very friendly.
And when I came to here to East Java, Paiton, it was just as polite. But there's a difference here. I'm sorry to say that here is much better for me. They're much more jujur, more genuine.
We're more honest.
And can I tell you something about my experiences in Bali?
Yes, go ahead.
The Balinese, you don't know who's your friend and who wants to be your friend so that they can use you to take money.
No
So,
food.
but here there's no money to exchange, so everybody's genuine, you know. And also, but I did feel a lot of friendship in Bali and also in here, yeah. But as I said, I say again, you don't know who's your friend and who wants to use you.
Oh no, scam no good. Scam no good in Bali.
Yes.
So about the culture, did you have any culture shock while moving to Indonesia?
It was more like culture soft than culture shock. Yeah. Because culture shock means that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Oh, shocking.
Oh my God, surprising, surprise!
Because in Bali there's it's very much relying on the foreigner industry, on the tourism. Yeah,
That's right.
they're used to us, so they know that we are rough people. They know that not me, but a lot of people come to Bali to have fun for the girls, the alcohol,
The beaches,
to make trouble.
So basically, they knew what to expect. Yeah, they were prepared.
Yes,
They were
but
prepared.
you see, that is a double-edged sword. You understand? It is pesado dua sisi. Because, okay, on the one hand, not all of us, of course, most people are really, really good. But there is the bad side, and on the other hand, they rely totally on tourism.
Yeah.
When we had the COVID, the lockdown,
Yes.
Bali closed down.
Yeah, it closed Like they
Totally.
totally.
And to tell you the truth, I spent a lot of money helping old people and sick people because there was no income. Yeah.
That's nice. That's good of you. But
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta admit, the economy has definitely been
Not so good.
sliding down since COVID started.
Yes. But here, not so much, because there are factories here.
Oh yes,
You know, there is a lot of different factories. There is especially the tobacco factories.
Yeah,
there is
the giant.
a lot of it. So people still have employment. Yeah. In Bali, there is only the sawa, the rice and the
the
sagung,
yeah.
that is all. That is all.
It is very beautiful.
It makes absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bali, oh my God.
I want to go there. I would want to go there.
So incredible. Then so is our culture a bit different from your homeland?
Yeah.
Very different.
Yes. What are Can you explain to us what the differences are? Like the main differences between like Australian culture and also Indonesian culture.
The Indonesians, everywhere, they're very polite people.
Oh,
Very.
I'm glad
Very
we
polite.
make you feel.
And I'll give you one experience in Australia. When I was a little boy, there was a black man that came into where we lived. Right?
Okay. Your neighborhood.
He was from Africa. I remember he was very tall,
Very tall.
and I was a little boy. And we spoke with him, hello, how are you? But we were the only people who spoke to him.
Oh.
My mother and my sisters and my father. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
No.
In the entire neighborhood.
That's right. And he lived there. He had to come here for study. So what I'm saying is there is a racist element.
Oh,
And that's very bad for my country. Not for my culture, it's very bad. But here, I'm the only white man here, and everybody looks at me.
Hey, Bule! Hello, how are you doing?
That's a big difference. Very big. You may not understand that, but trust me, it's a very big difference.
It is a very
Because I walked in the street and I was like, smiling.
Just smile, nod.
And,
Yes.
and I must say, I'm married to an Indonesian woman. But the Indonesian woman is so beautiful.
He loves his wife so much.
They're so kind, like
They're so kind-hearted.
Yeah.
full of affection, right?
Yes.
The best thing about them, their cooking.
The cooking.
Their cooking,
Yeah.
yeah. Their cooking is often the best.
And also, I must say that being married to an Indonesian woman is very different to being married to an Australian woman. The Indonesian, like for example, I want to wash the dishes and I'm not allowed to. If the woman says, no, you cannot do that. For example, and I am more than honored and surprised that I'm so well looked after by my Indonesian wife, yeah? In Australia, okay, there's that, but not as much.
Not as much. I was they tell you to wash the dishes?
Well, I cannot, I'm not allowed to. But here, in my home, I'm the king.
The king of the house. Yeah.
But I am humbled by that, you know?
Yes, you are. It's like being taken care of by a sweet angel, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's like, I think the reason why a lot of us are like really surprised to see like a white man is because, especially in like parts like this locations, like this area, like we don't get a lot of tourists, you know.
No.
Like in Bali, it may be a little different because they get like almost tourists like almost every day, you know.
Yes, everywhere, yeah.
But here, and somewhere more discreet, it's like not as much, you know. It's not every day you see a tourist walking around.
The only place that I've seen foreigners is when I went to Mount Bromo.
Oh, Bromo.
And by the way, Bromo is one of the wonders of the world.
It is. That's.
And you know what I call Indonesia?
What?
Tersenyum api.
There's a new
that?
api.
Tersenyum, smiling, the
tersenyum.
smile of fire. The smile of fire, because everywhere there's volcanoes.
Because
Tersenyum api.
we are very. This country is very hot, I may say, because of the volcanoes.
Absolutely.
So about your home, right? If I may be so, where do you live now?
I live in Sukotadi.
Oh, Sukodadi.
Yes, the perumahan. And I have a shop. My wife runs the shop, and I have a house. Yeah.
Oh, a shop.
And yes.
Shop.
Toko Arapina. It's called Toko Arapina.
What?
Arapina in Greek means a black woman.
Oh. What does she sell again?
She like,
What does she sell?
Oh, everything.
Everything? She sells everything. She sells
like
everything.
lollies, she sells food, minyak, she sells rice, she sells everything for the house. Yeah.
You hear that? If you ever need anything, just come to his wife's store. It has everything. Everything. It claims everything. Everything. You can find everything in there. You need furniture? Oh, he has it.
No furniture.
Oh,
That's food.
just food. Oh, he has a lot of food. If you ever need food, he has every kind of food. So, about staying in Indonesia, how long do you plan to?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. So
No end. No
you have
thinking.
no way of thinking
No
how
thinking.
long you're gonna stay here.
Maybe I'll move. I want to look at Kalimantan.
Oh, Kalimantan.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you will have your new city there.
Yeah,
your
our
mother
capital, yeah.
city, your capital city. I want to go there, have a look, and maybe I'll move there. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know
no.
because I have a choice. You see?
I'm gonna be really sad if you move there. I'm
Okay,
gonna miss you.
okay. I'm not gonna move there.
Ah, he's gonna stay here. I did hear that Kalimantan's nature is also very breathtaking there. Everything is green.
Yeah.
I love it there.
Yeah.
Okay. We talk about culture shock, and how do you cope with culture shock in Asia?
Look, as I said before, it's more like a culture shock than a culture shock. But I have been called out sometimes. I had to learn to speak politely.
Oh, yeah.
That was my biggest culture shock. Yeah. Also, some things that I consider democratic, see that it's not so much in Indonesia. Yeah. I have. Now let me tell you, I'm not a feminist. You understand?
Oh,
I'm not feminist because feminism today is not feminism. It's about dominance of women.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. It's just my opinion. But in Indonesia, I think that women are considered less than men. That's what I have seen, and but that is not the general rule. But when I see a woman who has been down, like pushed down, I have pushed her up. You understand?
yeah.
Especially in Bali. I don't like some of the things I see in your culture. There's lots of things that I don't like in my culture. Trust me. Especially when there's a divorce and the man takes all the children and the mother is without. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Now that I don't know whether that is general rule, and I don't know whether I should be discussing in this forum. But that's the culture shock. Apart from that, there's not much really, not much. No, apart
Even
from
after you moved from Bali.
even after there's difference here. There's a difference, but not a shock.
Not as shocked as you were in Bali because, as we said, they're prepared for.
They're prepared there.
Yes.
By the way, any Indonesian words, like maybe mostly your wife say that word.
What
Like,
word?
Or like some word in Indonesian like.
Oh yeah.
makan, like
Oh yeah. Do you
saya,
speak
apa
in
kabar,
Indonesian? Do you speak in Indonesian when you're speaking with your wife?
Yeah, oh yes, I speak a mixture. I speak
A mixture of Indonesian.
Yeah, mostly I speak in Indonesian. And sometimes when it's not easy for me, I speak in English, and then we together translate it into Indonesian.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. So
Yeah.
you both work around the language.
We do. Yes, we do. And she speaks English very well.
Does she speak any other language? Because where is she from, if I may be so bold?
But she is from Java. It's I think Malang around that area, the Malang area.
If she's from
No, not Malang, but near Malang.
near Malang, right? Does if I may be so bold to assume, does she speak Javanese?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and Madura.
Oh, and Madura as well.
Yeah, and I'm very angry she speaks that because I want to learn Indonesian.
That's what. Like, because here in Indonesia, like everywhere, there's like so many different languages.
Yes.
There's like at least like 3 that I can think right off my head. Like first Indonesia, of course, and then Javanese, and
Yes.
then Madura as well.
And Balinese.
Oh, yeah, Balinese.
Dua bahasa Balinese.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so many languages
Yes,
here,
yes,
right?
yes.
One of the most in the world. So, can you speak any other language other than Indonesian?
No, I can say what? Thank you. Matur suwun.
Terima
Terima
kasih.
kasih.
Matur suwun ya terima
Matur
kasih.
suwun.
Sami-sami. That's all.
Learning.
Yeah, I have been learning a little bit of Balinese, but that's not good to me now. And I've been trying to pick up a few words, just a few words.
It is hard
Nyete?
to. What?
Nyete?
You know.
Nyete. Understand?
Yes, I do understand. Like, it's hard to pick up the languages if you haven't been learning them from a young age, you know? Like, even now, even after I've learned Javanese, pretty much ever since my parents have been speaking, I still cannot speak the language. I understand it,
Yes.
but I speak very few words of it. You know, I understand when people speak Javanese. I understand what they're saying.
Yes.
But when people ask me to speak Javanese, I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot speak Javanese.
What language do you speak normally?
Normally, I speak English. My family.
Okay.
Hmm.
Indonesia? What about Indonesian?
I usually speak that only at school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But sometimes I do speak a little Javanese.
The Javanese,
With my mother. Oh, the universities.
There are a few universities. Melbourne University is very traditional. Very traditional.
What?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, it's just old. It's
It's just old. It's just.
the older the organization, the more traditional, the more stuck in its ways. You know?
It's basically a very old school.
It is old.
It is very old.